Ang laban nila kay Trina ay binasura ng korte nang mapatunayan ang mental disorder nito. Her lawyer insists in taking Trina inside a mental institution to cure her mental illness, instead of serving a year in jail na sinang-ayunan ng korte. For them it was more than enough, wala na si Trina sa landas nila. Pero hindi magawa ni Gabriel ang ngumiti ang magsaya. Natasha has been missing for more than 3 months already, alam nilang ligtas ang dalaga dahil sa note na iniwan nito sa kanyang silid. They even run a test in her penmanship, just to make sure it's Natasha handwriting. But years and years passed and no Natasha has been found. Mahahanap mo rin siya, Apple said at tinapik ang balikat ng kakambal, na tula lang nakaupo sa kanyang silid sa loob ng maliit na apartment na inuupahan nito. Wala ka bang balak na umuwi? She's been trying to convince her brother to come back home, pero matigas si Gabriel. Please stop asking me to go home, Apple. Walang buhay na wika ni Gabriel, bago tumayo at nagtungo sa maliit na banyo. Sapat naman na ang naipon niya noong nag-aaral pa siya, para mamuhay ng mag-isa. Akala niya ay umalis na si Apple, pero nagulat na lang siya nang makita ang kakambal na nakahiga sa kama niya. Go home, Apple, he said and dry his hair with his towel. Gabriel, don't do this to yourself, Apple said. Let our father help you from finding. It's no use, Apple, sigaw niya. Kaya't natahimik ang kakambal. Ilang taon na ang lumipas, it's been 3 long years. Hindi niya na napigilan ang mapaluhod at umiyak, habang inaalala ang dalaga. Never tell them that she's pregnant. Wala silang karapatan malaman, dahil una pa lang ay hindi na siya pinakinggan ng ama. Sa tuwing naaalala ko siya, parang pinipiga ang puso ko. It's turning me apart. Kung pinakinggan lang sana nila ako, kung hinayaan lang sana nila kaming magmaalan. Natasha will be here with me. Ramdam ni Apple ang hinanakit ng kakambal. Hindi niya maiwasang maluha, habang niyayakap ang kapatid na walang tigil ang pagpatak ng luha, mula sa kanyang mga mata. Tama na, Gabriel, Apple said and hugged her brother tight. Just move on and let Natasha go. Mas lalo lang kayong masasaktan. Paano, he said while crying, how can let go of her when she holds a piece of me? I just can't let her. Nakakabading man ang umiyak, ay napahilamos na lang si Gabriel nang makita ang dugo't pawis niyang pinagpaguran ng GM. His eyes sparkled with tears as he looks at his office. 5 taon na ang nakaraan nang sumugal siya sa buhay. Living alone was not easy, being dependent was never easily. He used Natasha as his motivation to his success, it's the only way, go find her. Iyon ay kapag may pera ka na, they already give up trying to find her, but he will never give up. Congrats son, his father said while smiling widely to him, pero tango lang ang isinagot niya. He was far from being the old Gabriel Mondragon they know. I'm so glad you came, sana dalasan mo. I just came for my mother. He coldly said. Son, you already lose him, he said bago lagpasan ng ama, at lumapit sa inang may ngiti sa labi. It was his mother's birthday. Kung hindi siya pinilit ng kakambal, ay hindi na siya pupunta dito. My son, his mother said and hugged him tight na sinuklian niya ng mahigpit na halik. Ramdam ang pangungulila ng kanyang ina, maski ay ganoon ngunit tinikis niya ang sarili. Naglagay siya ng napakatigas na barrier, na walang sino man ang makakasira. Mommy, he said and hugged her tight. Kailan niya ba ito huling nagawa? I think it was 3 years ago. I'm so happy that you are finally here. Margaret said and hugged him even tighter, na parang kapag kumalas siya ay mawawala muli ang anak. I'm happy too, Mom, he said, but deep inside it's torturing him. Seeing the how he and Natasha loved each other gripped his heart, leaving a hole on it. Mabuti at dumating ka, wika ng kanyang kakambal, na siya namang yamakap sa kanya. Alam ko namang hindi mo ako titigilan, kapag hindi ako dumating. He said with a hint of sarcasm in his voice. Buti alam mo. In the middle of the day Gabriel was so busy. Tambak ang gawain niya ngayong araw, kaya't hindi na rin siya nakapag-lunch. Sir, humahanggos na wika ng isa sa tauhan niya, nang makapasok ito sa kanyang opisina. I found her. His heart skips a beat. As those words came from his man's lips, ang mahabang paghahanap ay may nakahanap na kay Natasha. Really? He can't say anything, ayon lang ang lumabas sa kanyang bibig. The man nodded his head, and walked towards his table and dropped an envelope. Sa nanginginig na kamay, ay kinuha niya ang envelope at dahan-daang binuksan. Tila naubusan siya ng hininga nang masilayan ang larawan na naroon sa loob. Natasha, his voice were rugged as he looked at the picture he was holding. Still beautiful. Ayaw niyang may makakita sa kanyang umiyak, pero hindi niya mapigilan ang sarili na mapaluha. Habang nakatingin sa babaeng kay tagal na niyang hinahanap. How about her baby? Gabriel whispered, still looking at the picture. Wala kaming nakalap na impormasyon about dyan, sir. But we have a good news. The investigator said. What is it? He said. She's coming back. Hindi mapuknat ang ngiti sa kanyang mga labi, habang pababa siya papunta sa parking lot ng kanyang building. He's still holding Natasha's picture, when he noticed that someone is looking at him. He gasped at the sight of Trina, who's wearing her creepy smile walking towards his direction. Nakasuot ito ng puting damit, habang naglalakad palapit sa kanya. Miss me, Trina said and smiled. I miss you, babe. For more than a year that he never saw Trina. It creeps him out on how she looks right now. What are you doing here? He said and hid Natasha's picture in his hand. Just visiting my husband, she said and chuckled. But Gabriel remained calm and tapped his watch for signal. I'm not your husband, Trina. Malamig niyang wika, pero tila nanindig ang balahibo niya nang makita ang hawak nito sa kamay. Ikaw ang asawa ko, sigaw ni Trina at tinutok sa kanya ang hawak nito. Wala na si Natasha. We can get married now. I'm your wife. Ako lang. Tumigil ka na. Sigaw din niya, akala niya ay ayos na ito, dahil ilang taon din itong nakulong sa mental facilities, pero nagkamali siya. No one will have you but me. Ako lang, she said and pointed his gun to him. Stop this, Trina, he said and moved back. He can't just die in this crazy hand. Kung kailangan niyang lumaban ay gagawin niya. Kailangan pa siya ng mag-iina niya. Akala mo ba hindi ko alam? Na nahanap mo na naman ang babaeng iyon. Alam ko ang lahat ng kilos at galaw mo. Kung hindi ka mapupunta sa akin, mabuti nang mawala ka. At isang malakas na putok ang umalangaw-ngaw sa paligid. Nag-ingay na rin ang mga sasakyan, at hindi na niya namalayan ang sumisigid na sakit sa kanyang dibdib. He cursed as he put a pressure on his chest. Oh God, Trina whispered as she looks at him with horror, bago ito tumakbo palayo. Nakita niya pa ang security team na tinatakbo ang distansya nila, pero hindi na kinaya ng katawan niya ang sakit, at bumagsak sa sahig. It's been 3 months since Gabriel was shot on his chest. Naging komplikado ang operasyon sa kanya, dahil sa dumaplis ang bala sa puso niya. Her mother stayed by his side for that 3 months, and never leave him. Gising na anak, Margaret whispered at muli na namang pamatak ang luha mula sa kanyang mga mata. It hurts her so much seeing her own son lying on the hospital bed. Maraming tubo ang nakakabit sa katawan nito. I'm waiting. We are waiting, she said, at marahang hinaplos ang mukha ng anak. Pilit niyang tinatatagan ng dibdib para sa anak. Kung pwede niya lang suluhin lahat ng pinagdaanan nito ay gagawin niya. You have to wake up, Margaret said and wiped her tears away. The 24 hours deadline of the doctor turned into 3 months. Wala pa ring nangyayari, he's still in coma. Nang malaman nila ang nangyari, ay parang gusto na niyang manakit. She wants to saw blood when saw her son's lifeless body. Gabriel, Margaret said na tila may isang liwanag ang humaltek sa kanya, palabas sa madilim niyang mundo nang marahang gumalaw ang daliri ng anak. Oh God, Gabriel! Tila nais lumukso ng puso niya palabas ng kanyang dibdib, nang dahan-daang magmulat ng mata ang kanyang anak. Her chuckle turned into laughter, bago mabilis na tumayo, upang pindutin ang pulang buton sa gilid ng kama. Mabilis naman ang pagpasok ng isang doktor, kasama ang 4 na nurse sa silid ng kanyang anak. Mommy, Apple said and hugged her mother. Nasa kantin sila ng hospital nang tumawag ang kanyang ina, saying that her twin brother is awake. Ilang linggo na ang lumipas, pero nakasailalim pa rin ng therapy si Gabriel. Dahil sa tagal ng kanyang pagkakakoma, ay nahihirapang mag-function ang ibang bahagi ng kanyang katawan. Her mother was smiling, while looking at her son, who's slowly walking towards her. Tila bumalik sila sa unang araw na nakita niyang maglakad ang anak. Mom! Gabrielle smiled and held her mother's hand for support. May problema ba? Alalang wika ni Margaret, habang inaalalayan ang anak Paupo sa kama. Did you saw her picture? Bulong ni Gabrielle, Natasha picture. Kasama ang picture ni Natasha sa belongings ng anak, na dala niya ng araw na iyon. He's holding her picture covered with blood, kahit wala na itong malay. She knew how important Natasha is to her son. So she took it and keep it. Here, bulong ni Margaret at inabot ang laminated ng larawan ng dalaga. It was covered with blood that day. She said halos kalahati kasi ng larawan ay namantsahan na ng dugo. It's okay. Mahinang bulong ni Gabrielle, bago damaloy ang mga luha sa kanyang mga mata. I'm sorry, he said and kissed Natasha picture. She is back, the man in a suit said to him. He's busy with his work, marami ang trabaho lalo't malapit na nilang makuha ang investors na matagal na nilang ninanais. What am I gonna do? But he just remained silent, and never speak again. Hanggang sa makaalis ang kausap. She's back, he whispered. At kinuha ang wallet kung nasaan naroon ang tanging larawan ng babaeng matagal niyang hinintay. Ilang buwan pa ang lumipas. Finally she's coming back. Until the gala happened, he was just looking at her as she walks inside the hall, her head held up high as she walks with sophistication and fierce. Gusto niyang sumabog sa galit, habang nakatingin sa mga lalaking halos habaran na sa titig ang dalaga. Her beautiful black-fitted velvet backless dress, looks effortless on her beauty. He sighed. It was still the same. His heart still shouts her name. Just her. Natasha. He whispered na tauhan lang siya nang marinig ang pagtawag ng MC sa kanyang pangalan. Ramdam niya ang mga titig ng dalaga, habang paakyat siya sa stage. He smiled but remained his composure, as he holds the mic with dignity and pride. Wala siyang pakialam sa mga taong naroon, his eyes only laid into one person, and that is Natasha. Kita niya ang kaba at pagtataka sa mga mata ng dalaga, pero ipinagsawalang bahala niya iyon. Thank you for coming. End of flashback. Gabrielle groaned as headache struck to him. Nais na sana niyang bumangon sa kama, pero ramdam niya na tila nabibiyak ang ulo niya sa sakit. He said and was about to move, when he felt something on his chest. Tila nawala ang sakit ng ulo niya nang makita si Natasha, na mahimbing na natutulog sa kanyang dibdib. Her slight snore makes him chuckled. Napahawak siya sa kumikirot na ulo, pero pinagsoalang bahala niya iyon. He wants to remember what happened last night. Pero tila bunibiyak ang kanyang ulo sa sakit kapag sumubok siya. Natasha's hands were wrapped around his waist, so he slowly and carefully arched his body to make her comfortable. He smiled as he looked at her beautiful face sleeping peacefully beside him. Pero tila kumirot na naman ang puso niya, nang maalala ang kanilang pagtatalo. He sighed and looked on the ceiling, hindi na niya kakayanin. Kapag mawala ulit ang dalaga sa kanya sa ikalawang pagkakataon, lalo't may anak na sila. Good morning. Agad siyang napatingin sa dalagang mulat na ang mga mata, at malamlam ang mga matang nakatingin sa kanya. Good morning, he said and kissed her forehead. How did I end up here? Natasha chuckled na parang wala silang naging problema. Is it a good thing? You will feel embarrassed if I tell you that, she said bago bumangon at sumandal sa headboard ng kama. I'm sorry if I overreact. She sighed. I understand, Gabrielle said. He was just looking at her, but suddenly a lone tear escaped his eyes. I can't lose you again. Ikamamatay ko na yata kapag iniwan niyo ulit ako ng mga anak natin. Ramdam ni Natasha ang pangamba sa boses ng binata. She cupped Gabrielle's face and looked deep into his blue eyes. You won't lose us, Gabrielle, she whispered and left a slight feather kiss on his lips. We will hold into each other. As if it was our last day on earth. Natasha was sitting on the edge of her bed, looking at her kid's old photo. She smiled as she saw one of her favorite photo of them. Silly kids. Her mind said looking at Gemstone funny face it was their third birthday, wala pa silang pera noon, kaya't ang celebration ay sa pizza parlor nila Nash at Kathy. She sighed and closed the photo album, when she remembered what Jane said to her earlier that day. Hindi pwedeng palagi kang tumatakbo Natasha. Panimula nito, they need their father and you can't just take them away just because you are worried. Alam mo ba ang magiging impact nun sa mga bata? Hindi mo kasi alam ang nararamdaman ko. Nagmamatigas niyang wika, at sumipsip sa kanyang iced tea. Tama nga ba siya ng desisyon? You called me for advice right? So you better listen to me. May gigil na wika ni Jane, kaya't parang tutang napayuko si Natasha. Are you taking his side? Natasha said pouting. Ako ang kaibigan mo dito. Bahala ka sa buhay mo. Naiiritang wika ni Jane, at hindi na pinansin ang kaibigang nagmamagtol. Natasha chuckled as she remembered that moment. Inaya niya si Jane kanina na kumain sa labas, para na rin manghingi ng advice dito. A knock in the door woke her up from her deep thoughts. Agad niyang hinablot ang robe ang nakasabit sa gilid ng kama, at mabilis na sinuot. She walks towards the door and opened it. Her eyes widened in shock, when she saw Gabriel kneeling on the floor. What are you doing there? Pag-alit niyang wika at sinubukang itayo pero kumawag-kawag ito. Don't touch me, he hissed. Natasha can see how drunk Gabriel is. Amoy na amoy ang alak na sumisingaw sa katawan nito. Natasha, don't leave me, he said still kneeling on the floor. Naiiling na lumuhad din siya, upang magpantay ang kanilang mga mukha. She chuckled when she saw his face, nakapikit ang mga mata nito, at pulang-pula ang mukha. You can't leave me, he said and hugged her na ikinagulat niya, pero di kalaunan ay niyakap din niya ang binata. Baka buntis ka, we will raise them together, so don't leave me again. At paano mo namang nasabing buntis ako? She said arching her eyebrows. I'm a shooter baby, he proudly said and hugged her even tighter. Remember it was just one night. One whole night Gabriel. Pagtatama niya dito. Oh yeah, one whole night. We made love until our body is tired and guess what? We have 3 little babies. Baka mamaya 8 na yang nasa tiyan mo. Hindi ako baboy no. Inis na wika niya, at kumalas sa pagkakayakap sa binata. Tumayo ka na dyan. No, he stubbornly said, bago nahiga sa sahig. I won't let you. Tandang padamdam. You can't leave. Alam mo bang ilang taon kitang hinintay? I have been looking for you since then, pero di yata ako mahal ni Lord dahil ni anino mo hindi ko nahanap. Gabriel, lasing ka na. Natasha Ramirez, please don't leave me again. I might end up in a mental institution if you leave. Hindi alam ni Natasha kung matatawa o maawa, sa binatang talagang humilata sa labas ng kanyang pinto. Pumasok ka dito sa kwarto, kung hindi dyan ka matutulog. Natatawa niyang wika. Gabriel sighed and tried to move, pero umiikot talaga ang paningin niya.